So I usually would open this a little bit to get the masks, and I cannot open it. And then I'll slowly try to get those two masks out, and then put it away, put the mask on myself, and the patient. There. And you would, So we are pretending this is just saline. I would open one because we are going to change the claves. So this is how I do it. And then I will prime it before I attach it to the patient. Get two of my salines. Oh no, alcohol swabs. And then I'll try to get one of this. Then clean. And then do it like that. And then I'll put a Curos later on. Or you could put a Curos right away. And then do the same thing with the other two. And then to change, or to take off the dressing, this you could use either the same gloves or change it to a newer one. And then I'll get a lot of adhesive remover and then go around it. Usually, but I try to get the ones where the date is written, take that off. And then sometimes the foam tape is very hard to take off. I'll try to take it off, or if you're not able to, you could just basically try to take it from the bottom down and try to rip it off in the middle, and then you could take it off from there. If you rip it off from the middle like that, and then you could basically take off this dressing. And then I start from the bottom, going up, that way. And then slowly at the bottom try to take it off.
Do you always go from the bottom up?
Yes. So that this is still sterile. And then I stop where there's the stat lock. I stop in there for now. And then I would usually get more adhesive removers and try to clean the tubing of the adhesive. So that's what I would do. Clean and clean. And then after that's clean, then you take it off again. And then your bio patch should come off, which it didn't come off right now, but theoretically it should be coming off in real life. So let's say it was off. There you go. Most of the time I just use the adhesive removers. They said this you could use alcohol with this, with the stat lock, but usually I use adhesive removers. So just that way, and then slowly take it off. I don't unlock it yet until I'm done with, taking it up from the adhesive, the whole stat lock from the arm. And then I take off the stat lock. There you go. Take off your gloves, get your dressing kit. So let's say this is a clean table. Let's just pretend. Then you take off, you open your kit. I would usually, it's always arranged in the way that you wear when you need it. But what I usually would do is slowly trying not to touch anything, get my gloves. And then oh, where is my, as well as my, sorry, this one. Then put it on your hand, let it dry,
Hand sanitizer.
the hand sanitizer, then put on your sterile gloves. We are pretending, so this is the thumb of the patient, we are pretending this is the body, okay? So take the tray. If the patient cannot lift the arm, you could put it by the arm, just slowly push it towards underneath, and then this is over where the gown is, so you won't be accidentally touching the gown or whatever part of the body of the patient. So this is a cleaner area. It makes your sterile area a little bit bigger. And then when that is done, I would open my diet pouch. And this one's. I get my gauze, sterile gauze, get my chlorhexidine, and then I'll clean it. I would usually hold on to the lumens with the sterile gauze and then clean with friction side, going this way. Usually what I do is I always turn it back this way and clean the other side. If there's some dry blood in there, I'll try to take it off. And then later on, after several seconds, look at that, I would go all the way down the tubing. Oops, sorry. Now I'm not sterile, but let's pretend I'm sterile. Go all the way down the tubing and down the arm. And if they did a shower, then I'll clean the arm, an area larger than that. And let it dry.
How long does it take to dry?
Usually 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Or longer. You have enough time. This one gets gunky and gummy. And usually. Do you think that will dry?
No. So for the sake of time, we're going to pretend it's dried.
We'll pretend it's dry. I usually would do the skin protectant prep pad that comes with the kit. Pull this up a little bit. I usually would put it where you're going to put your stat lock. And then just leave it, place it down. You will know if that area is dry is when your glove that touch the skin protectant is dry. Still not dry.
It's not sticky on your hands
It's
anymore.
not sticky.
Okay. What happens if you add the skin protecting before the chlorhexidine's dry?
Some irritation to the skin. A lot. Most of our patients are allergic to the Cavilan though. That's what the allergies are saying. So this is dry now.
See, not tacky.
And then check the back side of your stat lock to make sure that it's facing both sides, because sometimes it's like that or that way and it makes it harder. Make sure that the blue part is moving freely and that this is moving too, because sometimes it's hard to move both parts. Then grab your lumens, slowly put your stop lock in there, and I would close the stop lock while I'm holding it, not directly attached to the patient. And then I would slowly take off the backing of the adhesive. Oh gosh, it's not dry. And then put it there. Then I'll get the Kevlar no sting barrier film and then apply it around the area, like making a window. And then down here too. One trick that I've learned is rub it, over to the stud lock and in here so that it's easier for you to take off the dressing later. And then let it dry. And then I do the same trick again that I did a while ago. And sometimes while I'm letting it dry, I put on my bio patch and make sure that it's either facing 5 o'clock or 7 o'clock, or you could place it the same, along along the, what's this? The lumen, but as long as it's touching the skin 360 degrees. So I'll pull it a little bit. There you go.
Perfect.
Then, oops. Okay, pretend it's flat. Then I'll just, don't stretch it, just let it lay flat. I will pull my lumens up and slowly crimp it at this, oh my gosh, down, at the bottom, and then slowly pat this down.
You don't want to stretch the Tegaderm when you're putting it on.
Never.
It could damage the skin.
And then put this, I don't know what it's called, but I usually would do it this way. Underneath all the lumens. So there's only a small area open there at the bottom, and then I'll get my foam tape, one side, pull up all your lumens together, then slowly put your foam tape down and try to crimp it at the bottom too, so that even though you put in your TPN, your FK, all those tubings, even if it goes up, it's still close at the bottom. It's still occlusive. And then put in your date time initial in here. And then I usually would put it this way again.
And it's the date that the dressing was changed.
Yes. And there
Good
you go.
looking dressing.
It's not. So that's it. Then you try it